Welcome back, everybody. We're watching live here. Can Minnesota make a field goal to win this game? That seems like that's what they're playing for. What a defensive battle this has been. The first game in America that I was able to watch. I watched the Florida State, uh, Georgia Tech. They're going to run it again. They're going to eat the clock down and call their last timeout. And can they make this field goal to win? Does it matter to you? I think it does for me because the better the Big Ten is, the better it makes everyone in the Big Ten look. And wow, Brosmer. Not a lot of yards in this game. Not a lot of yards for either team total, but it has been one hell of a game, my kind of game. So let's stay tuned here. There was one tragic moment where Max Johnson was carted off the field, and no one wants to see that. We want every team at its best when they play. That sucks. And there was a penalty for it. There was a guy that should have just laid off, number 8 by Minnesota, should have laid off that tackle. But nonetheless, depth matters. Depth matters, and Minnesota has a shot to kick a field goal here to win it. Can they do it? Can they do it? A 47-yard attempt. And he's a lefty. And North Carolina calls a timeout. They can ice the kicker. I think only one time, though. They still have all 3 of their timeouts, but I think only one time they can do it. So, wow, here we go. Wow. This game was a 2.5-point spread. There was no way I was going to bet this game. I thought it's going to be a close one down to the wire, and what do you know? It is a close one. Live reaction for you here as we wait for the live ending of this game. But finally, my power came back on just in time for this game. In fact, there was an hour rain delay in Minnesota for this game. It's like the gods were watching out for me. I got to see the start, the whole entirety of this game. Here we go. It's wide right. UNC survives. Big Ten loses their first game this season. Rutgers won earlier. Others are winning big. Wow. Minnesota at home. Come on. What are you doing? What are you doing? What a heartbreaking. I thought they were going to make that. It was going to be storybook. It would have been great for the Big Ten. Nope. And it started in the first quarter when Minnesota went 3-and-out. North Carolina then, someone had an amazing catch on the sideline. He toe-tapped it, had 1 foot in bounds, 1 foot out of bounds, caught the ball in that same sequence. It's amazing. But then on 4th down, Minnesota forced an incompletion and got the ball at their 31-yard line. Minnesota's Marcus Major had a 7-yard run, but another 3-and-out in their second possession. But the punt rolled almost to North Carolina's 2-yard line. North Carolina's number 4. North Carolina had the ball then. Number 4 for Minnesota should have had an interception, but dropped that ball. It was a 3-and-out, though, and the punt went to Minnesota's 39-yard line, so they're winning field possession in this defensive battle. Keep in mind, both teams had 2 possessions, and there's still 7 minutes and 37 seconds left in the first quarter. My kind of game early with great defenses. early and often throughout this whole game. Minnesota then got their third possession. They got a first down on a 3rd and 19. It was unbelievable. Then North Carolina was called for a pass interference. Quarterback sneak by Brosmer got the first down on 3rd and 1 to North Carolina's 24-yard line. Major then had 2 great runs, and the O-line was looking great for Minnesota. Can they punch it in, though, on 3rd and goal? They ran to nowhere. Outside, got stuffed, and the deflected field goal off the upright is the difference in this game. They would have made that from 20. It was like a 20 or 30-yard field goal, chip shot. Just like the one they missed at the end of the game. Wow. 2 missed field goals is the difference in this game. But, like I said, North Carolina took it over at their own 20-yard line. Fumble, sack, got the ball back to Minnesota. Nope. He was down. Then in the second quarter, North Carolina's Hampton had a big run on 3rd and 9, and Max Johnson scrambled for the first down. They eventually scored a touchdown to go up 7-0 over Minnesota. But later in the quarter, Minnesota almost had a pick 6 all the way to the end zone, but they punched it in anyway to tie the game up at 7-7. All right, we got a great game. I was thinking that the whole time. Man, it was. North Carolina's Johnson was sacked by Joyner and company on 3rd and 8. It was a 3-and-out for them. Then Minnesota's Brosmer put it in the bread basket of Jackson for 20 yards over the corner below the safety. Beautiful throw. And eventually Minnesota punched in another touchdown to take the lead 14-7 with 55 seconds left in the half. And that's how the half would end. In the third quarter, North Carolina had a 9-yard catch by a wide receiver. What is with it with Fox in this broadcast? They don't show yard markers. They don't show player names. They're so zoomed in, and yet you get no information at all. It kind of was pissing me off throughout this whole game. Even players' names, if they had a good play, all they would mention was the quarterback stats there down on the bottom. Where's everybody else? It pissed me off the whole game. Anyway, they ate over half the period, marching down the field and scored a field goal. It was 14-10. Minnesota had the lead with 6:34 left in the third quarter before they even got the ball back. A 17-play drive by North Carolina. Minnesota then went 3-0. Uh-oh. Here we go again. Minnesota did get a decent putt. North Carolina then had a 5-yard run on 3rd and 2. Got a first down. Hampton had the first. On 3rd and 10, Johnson was hit while throwing. And then hit again while he was going down. It was incomplete, but number 8 from Minnesota didn't lay off of that hit. And I thought, well, Max Johnson's possibly injured. And sure enough, he was carted off the field. North Carolina got the automatic first down from the call. This was terrible. North Carolina fans were mixed, and maybe they rallied there on the road after that happened. But Max Johnson was carted off, and you never want to see injuries. But it was up to Connor Harrell to step up in this game at that moment, and he did. On 3rd and 8, he was incomplete, but they made the 52-yard field goal and took the lead 1 point behind. They were 14-3. Enter the fourth quarter. Minnesota had a false start. Yeah. Yeah, they did. And on 3rd and 8, Brosmar was sacked, and they were forced to punt the ball. North Carolina started at their 41 but went 3 and out. But it was North Carolina's turn to pin Minnesota deep at their own 1 yard line. This is my game, man. Michigan, Iowa fans, defensive fans across the board love to see punters. And great defense. And man, this game was full of it. Minnesota got a first down, but Brosmer fumbled at their own 22-yard line, setting up North Carolina to take the lead. But then North Carolina fumbled on 3rd and 10, but recovered the ball. The 42-yard field goal was good, and it was 16-14 North Carolina. The missed field goal for Minnesota loomed large at this point with 9:41 left in this game. They got the ball, and yards are at a premium now. What are they going to do? Brosmer took a 5-yard loss instead of throwing it away out of bounds. Then Jackson, number 9, broke a tackle and got the first down for him. On 3rd and 4, though, Brosmer scrambled and evaded for a first down. Man, he had nowhere to go. Almost got sacked, got the first down. Then something crazy happened, giving Minnesota another chance. There was a catch on the run. He turned up the field. It was a catch, then a fumble that bounced right to another Minnesota player's hands, right into his hands, in stride as he continued to run down the field. That was crazy. But then eventually on 3rd and goal, it was incomplete. The field goal was good. Minnesota had a lead, 17-16 with 3:40 left in the game. North Carolina then was in Minnesota territory in 2 plays. Big run by the running back. Big RPO that got outside the counter, evaded that pressure and got the ball to a wide open guy on the sideline. They were automatically into Minnesota territory. Where we at? Yeah. So, Minnesota managed to bring up a 4th down, and another field goal gave North Carolina the lead, 19-17. But Minnesota's quality timeouts, reserving time and keeping time on the clock, gave them a shot. They had 2 minutes left to go down and kick a field goal. All right, Minnesota's the last drive of the game. A deep shot was called for a defensive pass interference, giving them a chance. Then Spencer got another first down run. And then Jackson got a 9-yard catch on an out route, going out of bounds. It was all looking great. Major had a big run, but a hold backed it up out of field goal range with 44 seconds left in this game. And then that's why I came on live to you. They got that first down. They used their last timeout with 4 or 5 seconds left, and they missed the chip shot. Game of field goals, and Minnesota missed a lot of them. 2 is a lot when you only have however many possessions, 8 or 9 possessions in a game, the defensive battle. You got to make your field goals. So there's a concern for my Wolverines. I don't know what our kicker is going to be able to do this season either. So it's kind of interesting. I did not bring that up in my concern video last night, but what a game, man! It's 12:35 now Eastern time. I gotta wake up and watch Michigan State tomorrow. So, thanks everybody for tuning in. The first live reaction of any game this season. There'll be many more to come. Thank you, everybody. Like, share, subscribe, and go Big Ten and go Blue, everybody. Thanks.